to meet you for today's video with a full Swords of Justice Paradox Pokemon team. 3 years ago, I did this team, and now the Indigo Disc has 3 new Paradox counterparts. So we've got the Iron Boulder, Iron Crown, and Iron Leaves. I'll be using these 6 Pokemon on one team, and I got some amazing battles today, people, so it's going to be really cool. If you want to check out the Paradox version of the Legendary Beast, I did that video yesterday. You can check it out. And without further ado, let's get into it. First battle here, this is a random battle on the Pokeportal. This one is against Gamer, and we have a Ninetales Alola Lee. Now, I've got my Cobalion here. It's a Focus Mist, Steel Beam, Volt Switch, and Vacuum Wave set. Sometimes you gotta vacuum all that snow up. Can you vacuum snow up? I don't know. People that have snow in their place of living, let me know if you can vacuum snow up. I want to know what happens. Anyway, we're going to go for a Steel Beam there, which is going to be me, and that is the end of the Ninetales Alola in one shot. Now, my item is Citrus Berry, so I can get my health back a little bit after using that massive beam. Also, people, if you want to support the channel, if you're new here, make sure you hit that like button, and tell me what you think of the new Paradox Pokemon. Do you like Iron Leaves, Iron Boulder, Iron Crown? What do you think about them? Please give me your thoughts in the comment section of the video. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but, you know, I like the Scarlet versions better than the Violet. Just tell me your thoughts, people. So anyway, Garchomp took a massive load for the face there. I got a crit, which is great. Now I can bring in my Iron Leaf. So this is a Psybeam, Solar Blade, Wild Charge, and Terra Blast Dragon set. So I just went for a Psy Blade there, and that's going to be enough to take out the Garchomp, which is going to be very good, very scary Pokemon. This one is Max Attack and Max Speed, Jolly Nature, Power Herb as the item, so I can activate that Solar Blade, Lickety Split. So when it comes to Leafon here, this thing was thick. Like, with the Aurora Veil up and Leafon's natural defensive bulk, I was doing no damage at all. So I'm thinking to myself here, how can I've got to somehow stall this thing out. Now, when Leafon first came out, I was like, it's definitely going to use X Scissor, and I knew that it probably would do that, and I managed to live it, which is pretty cool. So since I lived that straight away tells me this Leafon is max health, max defense. It's got no attack EVs, whatsoever. Sort of just relied on its raw base attack and the 4 times quicker. So I'm just going to go for a Solar. Really, there's nothing I can do to Leafon. I don't want to swap into any other Pokemon. Pretty much here, I'm just trying to stall out those 8 turns of the Veil, because there's some pretty scary Pokemon still left on this team. Also, if you haven't watched any of my videos for a little bit, we finally have the new backgrounds here on the all the normal battles, which is great. I think we're in some sort of gym at the moment. It's made out of wood. We got Virizion here. We're going to slide that in. I deliberately baited them. I went into Terrakion, did a double swap back into Terrakion, so I knew they would go for Leaf Seed, so I'd burn up 1 turn. So that worked really, really cool. Virizion's going to go for a Sword Dance here. It is a Sword Dance, Sacred Sword, Terra Blast, Bullet Seed set. We've got Max Attack and Max Speed, Adam and Nature, loaded dice as the item, so we can fire 4 to 5 of those little Bullet Seed. So Fire the Veil is gone, and Sacred Sword does a lot of damage here. I'm able to take, 4 of those X Scissors from Leafon, so it's all good. So that's the end of Linear. I don't know why it's called that for. If anyone knows what these nicknames mean, let me know. In comes Chiampao. This is where things accelerated, because it was very, very good against my entire team. Like, it's a super powerful Pokemon, right? So on this team, I've got sort of a mix of memes and a little bit of competitive in there. So we're going to go into Iron Crown. Iron Crown is actually a really decent Pokemon. I've tried it out for a little bit. This is a Choice Spec set, and it was the GOAT in so many battles. It really, really was. You'll get to see. So this is a Choice Spec set. We've got Steel Beam, Volt Switch, and Flash Cannon. I've got Psychic on here. I was going to put Psychic Noise on there. It's a little bit weaker, but what I'm going to do with some of the brand new moves, you may not see me use them here. I'm going to do a separate video with all the brand new moves on the Indigo Disc. That one's going to, I'm going to try and slide that one out tomorrow or this week, right? So that one is coming. So anyway, the Chiampao unfortunately had a Focus Sash. I Terra Steel there, and its head sort of rolls around with her face. That's pretty cool. So we're in dire straits here. I've got to take this thing out. So I'm going to go into Iron Boulder. We got Sacred Sword, Mighty Cleave as a new move, and we've also got Wild Charge and Electric Drain. I'm going to outspeed Chian-Pao and take it out with that attack. That crit matters so much. You know, Chian-Pao is on that one health. We got Jolly Nature and Max Attack and Max Speed. It hits with 124 base and speed. It's pretty quick. So here comes Arcanine Hisuian. I'm going to get some solid damage with the Sacred Sword. It's going to go for a crunch and a packed, a pretty good punch. Now it's going to follow it up with an extreme speed. Not enough to take your boy out there, but we can still, get another Pokemon down there. So I'm sort of clawing my way back into this game. That Chian-Pao really, really scared me. And now we got Archer-Luden. So I don't know. Would you people like to see a Duraludon? I could do like 2 Duraludon and 2 Archer-Luden. I could do that definitely down the track. So this one's going to be a Terra Fighting. So I was like, oh, this is bad. This is bad. So I went for Sacred Sword. Obviously, it's going to do nothing. I knew they'd tear into something different too. So we got Rocky Helmet damage, and we got a Terra Aura Sphere. I've got one more Pokemon left, and it's literally a Pimp-Night special. It's a meme. So I was like, oh, I don't know how this is going to go. So I gotta do something. I gotta try something. So this is a special Terrakion only on Pimp-Night Shadow. We got Focus Mist, Air Slash, Earth Power, and Calm Mind. I'm trying to keep my mind real calm at the moment. We got Expert Belt as the item. I've popped an Air Slash crit right at the end and taken out Archer-Luden. I don't know if that crit mattered there because that thing's got really terrible special defense, but I had Modest Nature, Max Special Attack, and Max Speed with an Expel Belt. Inkling Gamer, thank you for the battle. I had an inkling this was going to be a good battle halfway through. If anyone does battle me in these videos and is my opponent, please let me know in the comment section. But wow, what a crazy finish. If someone wants to do the damage calcs, I was Modest Nature, Max Special Attack, and had an Expert Belt too. That would have been really, really close. Anyway, second battle here, we got a Samurai Hisuian lead. I'm not sure what my opponent's name is. Maybe someone can translate that. We're going to slide into a Virizion because I'm pretty sure they're going to go for Cease's Edge, and that's going to be a freebie justified, boosting up my attack by 1 stage, which is really nice. They're going to layer spikes on the field, but I felt that it was justified to get that boost. So we're going to go for the Sacred Sword, and that's going to be the end of the Hisuian Samurai. I like Hisuian Samurai. It's pretty cool. Next Pokemon is a Jirachi. Wait, it's Meloetta. So Meloetta is going to get hit by a barrage of Bullet Seeds here. I was hoping I could roll like 5 because at +1 in attack, it's going to be enough to take it out with 5 hits. So I've got 4 hits there, and it didn't roll the last one with loaded dice. I was very, very unlucky. So now Meloetta is going to go for a Relic Song, and it's also going to have a normal gem on it too. So Relic Song hits me, for a little bit of damage, not too much. And now it's in the Meloetta's gone to its Pirouette form. And with Meloetta, it's going to go for Acrobatics here, 4 times super effective. So good play by my opponent there, getting around my Virizion. I guess I was running Adamant, so I was able to outspeed. We're going to go into Cobalion here, a little bit of spikes damage. I'm going to go for a Vacuum Wave here. We're going to be able to take that out with a nice chunk of damage there. So bye-bye Meloetta. Now, the next Pokemon to come out here is going to be... Oh, we got Terrapagus here. Now, it's going to have a Terra Shift. This Pokemon is really, really bulky. It's such a pain in the ass with this build. So, what Terra Shift does, when this Pokemon is at full health, Terra Shell will activate, and it'll make the move, virtually not very effective, right? Now, if it gets back to full health, that same ability to get activated as well. So, they're going to try and set up Calm Minds here. So, this is actually a very, very bad situation for me. I either try and roll the dice and go for Focus Miss or swap out. I went for Focus Miss, it missed, and now they're going to get the rest off. So that ability is going to, that's going to be reactivated while they can, maybe try and set up some Calm Minds or attack me. So their item is going to be the Chesto Berry here too. So they're going to wake up right away. So it's a Resto Chesto set with Calm Mind and 2 attacking moves. So I land the Focus Miss here, which is very, very good, and I got some quality damage there, real quality damage. So here comes the Scorching Scum. That does a lot of damage to Cobalion, almost faints me, and it burns me at the same time. So this is not looking good. I'm like, I think I'm going to get swept by this thing. So Citrus Berry is going to activate. It's going to give me another roll of the dice. Says I've got nothing to lose. I may as well just go for Focus Miss. I'd say they're running something like max health and max defense. I'll pop the Focus Miss, and it's critted it. You wouldn't read about it. So that is it. A Terrakion there was awesome. Wait, can I do a new turtle team? Is there enough turtles and tortoises in the game? Like, you people, let me know the turtles and tortoises in the game. Maybe we could write like Blastoise. Yo, we could do a new one. So Blastoise, and we got to think of that. I don't think Caracos isn't on in the game. I got to think of some more ones. Let me know all those turtle Pokemon and tortoises in the comments. So in comes Ogerpon. I'm going to go for a Choice Spec Psychic. Almost takes it out. It was very, very close. And they're going to be able to get a Leech Seed off here. Now, I'm looking at their team preview at the start. I know what they got. I smelled a rat, and I was like, I think a Pokemon's going to come in here. And they're going to try and get around me. So I did a swap here out of the Iron Crown into the Iron Leaves. And I was hoping I would get this one. Right, so I got a little bit of Spike Salmon, so swapped out their Ogerpon, and in comes Scumbreon. So it's Umbreon. I knew they'd come in there, and I don't know if they'll know that I was choice. Probably for the damage, they probably had a little bit of an idea. But that Psychic, I would have had to swap out. So I went for a Solar Blade here. I was hoping they just go, I don't know, Toxic straight up or something like that, or maybe Foul Play. And unfortunately, my Solar Blade is going to get used up. So they're going to be able to work around that with Protect really easy. So I went for Wild Charge. At this stage now, Iron Leaves is going to be expendable. There's nothing more I can really do in this battle, judging on what Pokemon are left. So I'm just going to take the L here with the Foul Play, and that's fine. I sort of know what this Umbreon set's all about, and I'm feeling I'm going to need a Pimknight Special again. Like, every so often in your life, you need a Pimknight Special. So we're going to swap in Terrakion here. I knew they'd go for a Scumbag Protect to see what move I'm going to use, so I'm going to take advantage of that and go for Calm Mind. Now, we got the old modest Terrakion here with an Expert Bell. That Focus Mist is going to be coming in hot. But just to make sure I can take this out, because Umbreon's got very nice base health and special defense. It's a bulky Pokemon. You know Umbreon, right? So we're going to go for a Terra-fighting Focus Mist with a Calm Mind and an Expert Belt. The only thing I was worried about was like, I hope this doesn't miss, and thank goodness it's going to land. So like, there's no way Umbreon's going to be leaving this. I know this Umbreon is more defensively built, judging on the damage that I already did to it, and that gets rolled out like a lounger and rug. Next Pokemon's going to be Gliscor. This did cause me some issues for sure. So we're going to go for Air Slash here. Gliscor is that very easy. I mean, let's be real. Let's all be real here. It's a special Terrakion, right? It's not going to do a lot. So it's going to be a Toxic Stalling Gliscor. And I really like Glygar and Gliscor. They're really, really cool Pokemon. So they're going to use Protect and Toxic. So I very much like this Umbreon. So I'm thinking to myself here, well, I'll just keep, hammering them with Air Slash. I'm just hoping I don't miss, because that'd be very, very bad. So some more toxic damage here. I don't want to swap back in my other Pokemon. I need them for that in the back. So we're going to go for Air Slash here. I got a flinch. That was huge. Like, all right. Well, they've got Poison Heal. They're definitely going to go Protect this turn to try and, live that Air Slash. I went for Calm Mind, and they didn't go for Protect. I'm like, if they predicted me going for Calm Mind there, that was a good prediction. I don't know whether they predicted it or they sort of just gave up, but then they used Sub. Now, since they used Sub there, that tells me they definitely predicted me going for Calm Mind, me predicting them going for Protect, right? So I didn't know they'd have Sub until now. I knew that it was a definite possibility they would have Sub, but this is very bad, because now Gliscor has got Protection. And when you got Protection, you've got Protection. So I can go for an Air Slash here. Hopefully, I can break that Sub so I can get that Darp, hopefully. So we're going to take some toxic damage, and that is the end of the special Terrakion. Good play there with the Sub. I'll give them their credit there if they did predict that. I really had nothing to lose there, right? I could have missed Air Slash. So we're going to go into Iron Boulder, a little bit of Spikes damage. I'm going to go for Mighty Cleave. I know that can definitely break the Sub there. This thing's got a good, it's got a fat attack stat. And that's it. I definitely got it because I got a crit anyway. So Gliscor is now going to go for an Earthquake, finally revealing its only attacking move. Most of the time, it's going to always be Earthquake. And that one-shots me, so like, oh, I got to perform here. Now, remember that Iron Crown I kept in the back deliberately with Psychic? Now this is going to be the time. So I can go for Psychic here, lock myself into that. I know that Gligar's going to try everything humanely possible to try and stop me here, or Pokemonly possible to stop me. So that's a Protect, a little bit of Poison Heal. But this thing hits very, very hard. So I'm going to go for this Psychic on the Gliscor. It's dropped it. It's rolled it out. The little Scorpion. I thought that was going to be a DC there because the game lagged a bit, but they didn't go. It's good. Next Pokemon is going to be Wellspring. I outsped this early on, and I'm going to drop it. And what a battle. Man, that's two really good battles back to back. I hope you're enjoying the video so far, people. Enjoying the battles. Make sure you drop a like there. And let's get on to the third and final battle. This is a battle against Pantim. I don't even know that. That's a strange name. I've never heard of that name before. Anyway, so we've got a battle on the beach here, and we've got a Smeargle. Now, I am the Smeargle master. I've got like 200 or 300 different Smeargle sets. I know what they're going to do. So I'm going to go for the Volt Switch here. That's going to activate Smeargle's obvious Focus Sash. Now, obviously, they're going to go for Spore. Now, I knew they'd try and do that so in the team preview, so I'd lead with this deliberately if they led with the Smeargle, and then I was like, what I can do is I can go for Volt Switch, get that momentum, and swap in to the Spore, and then finish them off with the Disrespect Terra Blast. That worked perfectly. I figured out those 3 turns in the team preview at the start, so that was all good. Anything after that, I was like, there was a couple other things I thought on my mind what was going to happen, but, you know, pretty much planned it out perfectly. So, in comes Toxapex. Unfortunately, I'm not running Sword Dance to this. They're a little bit lucky. I could have set up against them there. Now they're going to set up the Toxic Spikes. So, this Toxapex is absolutely max health and max defense. It's very bulky. Like, most of the time you find, especially especially singles, people will run very defensive Toxapex. It works well across the board. So they've got Baneful Bunker and they've got Toxic Spikes. One would have to assume they've got Recover. I don't know what their last move is, though. It could be a mix of things. There's about 2 or 3 other moves it normally has. So they might have something like Chilling Water, Haze, something feeling like that. I'm not 100% sure at the moment. So they're going to set up their Toxic Spikes here. Unfortunately, I'm just not doing enough damage. It's not a 2-hit KO. They're sort of just living there. Now they've got a lower amount of health. I know they're going to swap it out and get that Regenerator boost back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a swap here. And I'm going to go into Iron Crown. At least with this being a Steel type, like Iron Crown being a Steel and Psychic type. What do you think about, I guess Steel and Psychic makes sort of sense for this, like Steel and Psychic type. And then you've got Iron Boulder with Rock and Psychic. That surprised me a little bit. I'll be honest. I guess they kept the Psychic type. So they went into Golux. That was a good play there. They were pretty lucky I did reveal the Volt Switch earlier on, so they would have not had too much knowledge of that. So they're obviously going to go for Earthquake here, a ground type move. So I swap back in my Iron Leaves to resist that. Now they're going to have to sort of figure out, do I want to lose my Golem here, or something's going to have to take like a ginormous amount of damage. So I went for the Solar Blade here, and I've got the Power Herb that's going to activate right away, and Golem is not going to like this. Good to see Golem being used too. I really like Golem. It's a really cool Pokemon. So, it's a shiny too. It's got those shiny little highlights on it. So that's the end of Golem, which is good. I've got like one more turn here, and this is where like things got really scary here, because Zekrom is I've got some legendaries, but then there's Zekrom, right? So Zekrom is a bulky Pokemon. It took that Psyblade very, very well, and now they're going to set up a D-Dance. Now, I thought about this for quite a while, especially when I seen their item. I was like, they've got leftovers of item here. They could absolutely easily live another Psyblade and get another free D-Dance here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something really unexpected here. I was like, they know I'm gonna fake the Toxic this turn. They don't even have to attack me. I'm gonna go for a Terra Blast Dragon here against them and do ginormous amounts of damage. This may even take them out as well. So I've gone for the Terra Blast Dragon. I know it was a very risky play, but I thought I had a good chance, and they went for Dragon Claw there. I feel like in their mind, they must have been thinking, or at least contemplating going for Dragon Dance there. I still stand by my play there. It could have actually worked, but, it is what it is. Maybe they didn't want to risk getting a crit or something like that, but now I'm without a Terra, so this is going to be even harder, and I'm facing down a Zekrom +1 attack speed. So I swapped in my Iron Crown. I narrowly live on 8 health there. I get the Psychic off here, and Zekrom gets dropped. That was amazing play there by the Iron Crown there. Like, if I didn't have that, I would have lost. That Pokemon is like super, like sweaty and powerful. So we've got the next Pokemon coming. It's going to be Coma. Now, this is interesting. I thought they may go for Terra Steel here, but they went for Terra Normal, which surprised me a little bit. Like, okay, that's interesting. They know I've got Psychic, so obviously they were always going to Terra. So here comes a Psychic. It's going to do a lot of damage, man. I'm Choice Specs. I think at this stage, the penny dropped that I was Choice Specs, because they tried to go for Clanger of Soul there, and they did nowhere near have enough health. So funnily enough here, both of our Terras were wasted. Mine was wasted and theirs were wasted. So anyway, in comes Porygon Z. I'm going to outspeed and go for a Psychic here. Porygon Z hangs on by this absolute tiniest thread and takes me out by a Thunderbolt. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. You know, they sort of, they got rid of one of my, that was really good. Like, that Pokemon did so much, damage there and got rid of a lot of the scary Pokemon. So I'm going to slide in there and go for a Vacuum Wave. I reckon that one might have surprised them. And that's the end of Porygon Z. Next Pokemon is Toxapex, and it's their last Pokemon too. Now, I have got a little bit of an issue here with my team. I know you think, well, you got 4 Pokemon, that's fine, but I can't one-shot this Pokemon. Like, I absolutely can't. I've got a mean Terrakion. I've got a Volt-switching Cobalion, which is doing donkeys. I've got 2 other Pokemon there that are physical attackers, but I'm going to need some sort of boost, right, in attack. And I've got Toxic Spikes are on the field too, so I'm on the clock to try and take this thing out. So, obviously, this thing is going to keep going recover over and over. They only have 8 recovers too, so what I was trying to, like, use their recovers up a little bit too. So I thought, the most expendable Pokemon right now is Virizion. How about I set Sword Dance up and see exactly what their last move is and see what they're going to do. At least I might be able to use up some recovers here. So, I set the Sword Dance up. They went for Toxic Spikes, obviously trying to conserve PP on the more important moves. And now I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for Sword Dance again. Now, the move I thought I was worried about that they would have would be Haze. That was about it, and that was their last move. So I'm like, okay, they've got Haze. I had a feeling they would have that, you know, very common Toxapex move. But sometimes you'll get one that has just one attacking move on there. You never know what you're going to get, but that's, you know, it is what it is, right? So now this Virizion is in a lot of trouble. So I'm like, are they going to keep going Haze, or are they going to try and stall out Baneful Bunker? Let's see what they're going to do. I don't really mind too much because I know that Virizion is absolutely never going to be able to beat Toxapex. Now there's no way. I won't probably be able to even get a Sword Dance up. So they're probably going to keep hazing and Baneful Bunking. Now they can go for Baneful Bunker because they know that I'm going to feign in 2 turns. So that was an easy predict there for them. I just went for Bullet Seed here. I can go for Bullet Seed the next turn, but I know it's not going to do a lot of damage. But from this Virizion play here, I've sort of learned what their full moveset is and stuff like that. So that wasn't a total waste. They easily could have had another move like, I don't know, Chilling Water or something like that, and I could have done a good amount of damage to Toxapex. And now they won't be able to swap out Regenerator, and they'll have to use up their recover. So that's going to be the end of my Virizion there. I guess at a little bit of damage, it's definitely a defensive Toxapex. So I've got 3 Pokemon left. Now the good news is I've got some Steel Pokemon. So firstly, we're going to go into Iron Boulder here. Now Iron Boulder has got Mighty Cleave. It's got Wild Charge as well and Electric Drain. So I was like, let's set up Electric Drain. They might go for Baneful Bunker here, or they might go for something different. So I've got my Quark Drive. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get an attack boost. That would have been really nice, but I thought that at least I can, you know, power up that Wild Charge. So they've got some Black Sludge Recovery. They'll probably recover or whatever like that. So they've used up another recover. Now they're going to go for Baneful Bunker here. Obviously, like, once again, I could easily have had Sword Dance on this set too, so I can keep going for Wild Charge here. I feel like Wild Charge is either going to be a 2 to 3 hit KO, judging on the damage I've done. And it was a 2 hit KO, but not after Black Sludge Recovery and Recover Spam, you know, so they sort of got my number here as well. Now, I was also thinking of myself with my other Volt Switch Pokemon. I can continually use Volt Switch against them as well. So with that Cobalion, I've got a Steel type too. So I could use that. So that's going to be handy. So maybe if I can soften up Toxapex and put it on a lower amount of health, I might have a chance here. So I pretty much learned everything I can about this Toxapex set, what the set is, what the builds are, how they're playing it and stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty straightforward there. So I felt like with the clock as well, with a 20-minute timer, I could use up a couple of covers in this process, and just in case I ran into some trouble. So now we're going to go into Cobalion here. Electric Terrain is up. I can go for a Volt Switch. It was boosted, but it still wasn't enough, you know. It still just wasn't enough. So now I'm going to go into my Terrakion here, the special one. So it's like, I've got Earth Power on this and Calm Mind. I don't know if they'll predict that. So now they're going to go for Recover here on my swap. So they're going to get some health back. That's another Recover gone. And I thought they may try and either go for Haze or Toxic Spikes just to, you know, to use PP up. So I went for a Calm Mind here to boost up my special attack. They may have predicted me going for, I don't know, man, because this was pretty, that was a pretty risky play there, because any normal human being, Terrakion, would have gone for Earthquake there, and Toxapex would have taken 3/4 damage there. So That was pretty lucky. So then I went for Earth Power, and it did great damage. So Special Terrakion is going to get around this Toxapex. They can keep stalling as much as they like, but Terrakion is going to be able to take this Toxapex out with a 2-hit KO from this range, which is really cool. It's just funny, a Special Terrakion sort of, in the end, helped me get around that. I still did have a couple of other Pokemon in the back as well to help me, with those steel types and stuff. But I wanted to see if I could feign it with the other ones there, try and, challenge myself. But that's pretty much it, people. Toxapex cannot stall any longer. We're going to make it all the way down here to the last, it was like the last minute of the battle after I take my toxic, like my final toxic damage. So there's the Earth Power, and Toxapex is finally down. That was 3 really quality battles, people. If you enjoy what you're seeing, please drop a like, leave a comment there, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.